Okay, we're going to do a quick 3D lip sync here. So where I'm starting from is I have my guy model here, and each of these objects, not each of these objects, but most of them have a selection of blend shapes on them. I'm not going to go into doing that in this video, but there will be a separate one of how to make these blend shapes in Blender. And what these are the different mouth shapes that you can see on the Rhubarb GitHub page. So assuming we have all of that, and from the Unity Rhubarb Lip Syncer GitHub page comes with all of these, which are just starting points. They're mostly empty animations. So we'll be coming back to this folder in a minute or two here. I also have an audio/resources folder where I have my audio files. One is a WAV file, one is an OGG file. These are the only two formats that you can use for audio because they're the only two that are supported by Rhubarb at the moment. And it's important that they're directly inside of a folder called resources, or else it won't work. And the other thing I have is two text files, and they have typed up versions of what is being said in each of the audio files. So I'm going to select my parent object, my guy. I'm going to add a lip syncer 3D script. There are a couple things we have to assign here. So my parent object is going to be this same object here. For source audio, we're going to start with Casey, and I'll choose the text file for that. Here are the extended mouth shapes. You can read about this on the Rhubarb page. This you can just deselect these if you don't have a shape for them. These extended mouth shapes and this source audio script are optional, but you'll get a better and nicer looking result from Rhubarb if you do use them. So I suggest doing that. Mouth objects, I have my blend shapes on my base, which is kind of his body, teeth, and tongue, because those are the objects that are being affected. I will animate blinks because I think they look nice-ish. So blinks will be the base and the eyelashes. This blink min and max are a number of seconds. It's going to add a blink randomly between every 2 and 5 seconds is how that works. And the length of the blink, I'm going to do 0.15 seconds because I think that looks okay. And we've got eyebrow objects, the base and the eyebrows, and eyebrow intensity min and max are just from 1 to 100, in between 10 and 40. It's sort of like 10% and 40%. It's going to be randomly animating between those on each of the eyebrow shapes. And I'm going to save this animation as Casey. And now we can go ahead and hit Analyze Audio and Generate Animation. This part will take a little bit of time depending on how long your audio file is, and this one is fairly long, so we're going to skip right to the end of this. So the analysis is complete, and now we can go see what we have now. If it doesn't pop up automatically, it should. Okay, there we go. So now we've got the animation called Casey that we just made, and we have a guy override. So this is sort of copied from the character override. This is like a template for each character's override controller. Now if we look at this face layer here is where the lip syncing is going to be taking place, so you don't have to worry about that. The base layer is where you can do your character animation on. For me, right now it starts out with a blank motion called body idle, which you can replace with, I have sort of a little idling motion from my guy just to show off how that works. And real quickly, I'm going to do a second animation on the other audio file that I have, and we'll skip this too. So now I have my second animation. If it doesn't automatically refresh, I clicked out of the window and back in, and it sort of refreshed this. So I'm going to try and make that happen automatically. But if it's not there, click out of the window, click back in, and it'll be there. So some stuff that our script has done automatically is change his animator controller to his override controller here, and it's added an audio source, which we're going to be changing the audio for at runtime, and this lip sync animator 3D script. So this is how you're going to actually be playing back the animations and the audio. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little UI here just to show what's happening. So you probably won't be doing this with buttons, but I've got a demo lip sync script here that's just going to show how we're going to do it basically. So I'm passing the name of the animation here in the buttons to my button press here. This is really how you would be doing it from your script. You would take the lip sync animator 3D that's on your character, do .play animation, and then this is the name of the audio file, and then the name of the animation. I have them as the same thing right now because Unity only lets you pass one parameter in a button, which I am not a huge fan of, but it works for now. So now we're going to see what happens. This is the idling animation I have on him. And if we play animation Casey.
Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. Read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. It looked extremely rocky for the Mudville Nine that day.
You can call play animation again and stop what he's doing and start the new one.
And so when
Blue Squills by Sarah Teasdale.
That's just by calling play animation again with a different name or the same name. You can just start it over.
How many million April? Blue Squills by Sarah Teasdale. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk.
Now, once you've done your analyze audio and generate animation once for each audio file, if you don't like how any of this looked from mouth objects down, you can change these values and then hit generate animation from text, and then you won't have to sit through the rhubarb analysis again, which is a little bit quicker. So if I change things like, this is going to look pretty silly, but that's fine. 100%. And there it is.
Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. Read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio.
So that's just a little quicker if you want to tweak the how it actually looks without changing anything in the analysis here. Just make sure if you're going back to another animation, if you've done one since then, make sure you have the same mouth shapes selected for it, because that's what it'll be reading from. So that's about it. I'm going to have links to everything I used here, including my Unity Rhubarb Lip Syncer and to Rhubarb Lip Sync itself. And feel free to comment here or on GitHub if you have any questions, or if you're having any problems, or if you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see added to it. Just reach out and I will see what I can do. Thanks.